Hello everyone, welcome back to this session of English. In this session, we are going to discuss previous year questions of article based on IBPS clerk examination. In this session, we will discuss questions which are similar to those questions that have already appeared in IBPS clerk exam. So these are not actually PYQs. In fact, these are practice questions uh, that have already occurred in IBPS clerk exam, or you can say questions similar to these questions have already appeared in IBPS clerk exams. And these questions are based on articles. In this session, we will discuss 25 questions related to IBPS clerk examination based on articles. So let's begin this session, and we are also going to discuss solutions of these questions in detail in this session. So let's begin the session and start doing these questions. First of all, let us have a look over the directions that will enable us to do these questions or this exercise. What we have to do in in these questions is clearly stated in these directions. Read the sentence to find out whether there is an error in it. It means these are actually spotting errors based on articles. Articles means a and the, or the words that we use before noun or to specify the noun. The error, if any, will be in one part of the sentence. It means you need not explore each and every part. In fact, you need to explore each and every part, but you should be assured that only one part will contain the error, not all the parts. Only one part is there that can contain error. The number corresponding to that part will be your answer. It means the number that is against that particular part, or written corresponding to that particular part that contains the error, will be our answer. Now, if the sentence is entirely correct, is it is absolutely correct, then we have to mark our answer as no error. That means the fifth part will be no error. So our answer will be no error in that case. Now ignore the errors of punctuation. Now we have to look for the grammatical errors only. There will not be any error that will be considered. If it is a punctuation error, that does not matter at all. Now one more thing is there, that we have to look for the errors only. We need not rectify it, or we don't need to rectify the sentence. We have to just find out that which part contains the error. Now let's begin this session. So here we have the first question. Naturalization is the process by which a immigrant becomes a citizen of his new country. Now what happens? We have two cases. A vowel sound. Now we don't have to look for the vowels or the word beginning with vowels. In fact, there should be a vowel sound over there. Vowel sound means swar sound. In Hindi we call it swar. So that swar sound. It should be there a swar sound, that is a, E, I, O, U. So the sound of the vowels, that is E, U, U. So this is actually the sound for the beginning of a word. So if the word begins with the swar sound or the vowel sound, we use N before it. But if a consonant sound is there, we use A. Now here it is written a immigrant. Now it is immigrant. So if I see it is somewhere like E, which we call E in Hindi swar. So this is actually the sound of vowel sound. This is actually called the vowel sound. Therefore, here this A is incorrect. It should be replaced with an. So our answer is an immigrant becomes a citizen of his new country. Now let us move to the question number 2. Here we have question number 2. When Rahul reached the office, there was nobody, so he sat down to wait. Now, in case of places, now let me explain this to you very well. If we talk about any place where we visit, whether it is a temple, an office, or any area, it is just for visit. So, to go on a place, there must be a purpose. If we go on any place, it serves a purpose. Now, the purpose can be either same or different. Same means if we go to a place and the purpose that we want to go for there is same for which for which that particular place has been built or has been made, or maybe possible our purpose is different. That means the purpose that it is serving, the purpose that we are visiting that place is different from the purpose for which that building has been built. So that can be two cases. So if these two cases are there. What we have to see, if there is a same purpose, we need not use any article before the name of that particular place. But if the purpose is different, we can either use the, or in any case, like we talk about an unknown place, we can either use a or n. It means we have to use an article. So, for example, if I'm the doctor and I'm going to a hospital, it means my purpose is same for which the hospital has been made. If I'm the patient and I'm going to the hospital, then also it is fine. But if I'm a friend of a doctor and I'm going to meet him, there is actually the different purpose. I'm not going to that particular place for being a doctor or being a patient, but I'm going there just to being a friend and just to meet, and that is not a meeting place. So it is actually for the different purpose, and if it is serving the different purpose, we should use an article before it. Now if we look at this sentence, when Rahul reached the office, now obviously he's going to office. For whom? We don't know. For which work? We don't know. So when Rahul reached the office, there is no mention about that for which purpose is he going. There was nobody, so he sat down to wait. So this is actually, he can go for any purpose. Therefore, here the sentence contains no error at all, so our answer is no error. Now let us move to the next one. I shall have to check records to find out how many checks have been collected so far. I shall have to check records. Now, what kind of records? It means there are some particular records that we are talking about. And if there is something that is particular, we need to use the before it. So these records, only these records we are talking about to find out how many checks have been collected so far. It means these are the records particularly for the checks or their reports only. So these records are particular, and I shall have to check the records. So these records are the particular records, therefore I need to use the before these records. So I shall have to check the records to find out how many checks have been collected so far. Now let us move to the question number 4. As soon as the fire alarm went off, the residents of building vacated immediately. Vacated it immediately. Again, in this case, if we say as soon as the fire alarm went off, the residents of building. Now which building? We are talking about a particular building of these residents. Therefore here we need to write the before the word building. So the correct sentence will be, as soon as the fire alarm went off, the residents of the building vacated it immediately. Whenever we talk about any place, and if we are making it particular, or if we want to talk about a particular place only, we need to use the before it. Now if I say, might be any building. Suppose a building was there, or residents were in building. So we are not talking about a particular building. We are talking about any. So there we need not write the before the building. But here the building is particular because we are talking about only that particular building in which the alarm went off. So therefore we need to use the before the word building in this sentence. Now let us move to the next sentence. That is question number 5. By opening so many branches in such a short time, they have used the wrong strategy. Now, to use indefinite article, there is a structure or the pattern of the sentence. Whenever we have a noun, we should use an article before it, and that will be an indefinite article. Before it, if there is an adjective or adverb. So here in this pattern, we necessarily need to write an indefinite article before it, which depends on the nearest word, that is adverb, but noun should be there. If there is no noun, there is no need to use article. So in this pattern, we should use noun. Now, if we just omit this adverb, suppose we have only this structure, that is adjective and noun. Again, because of this noun, it means this noun is mandatory. If it is there, we need to use an article, that is indefinite article. It means either a or an. And if there is no noun, we should not use an article before just the adjective. Therefore in this sentence, here it is written, the wrong strategy. So strategy, we are not talking about particular strategy, we are talking about any, that it was a wrong strategy. So yeah, so here this the is incorrect, it should be replaced with a. So used a strong strategy, so this the should be replaced with a, that will be correct. Strategy is noun, wrong is adjective, and before that we need an indefinite article, so here we need to write a. So here the correct sentence will be, by opening so many branches in such a short time, they have used a wrong strategy. Now let us move to the question number 6. We must ensure that all our records are computerized for next year. Now are computerized for what? For the next year, because we are talking about the year that has to come. And before this next, we need to write the. So it should be for the next year or till the next year. Now let us move to the question number 7. A group of birds migrates from southern part of the country to the northern part during summer. Now whenever we write east, west, north, south, it means the directions, we need to write the before them. But if we have the words like southern and the northern, eastern, western, we need to write the before it if it is accompanied by a word like part or the country. So but if it is followed by the word India, we need no article. But here we need an article, so it should be from the southern part during summer. So the correct sentence will be, a group of birds migrates from the southern part of the country to the northern part during summer. Now let us move to the next one. The basketball match was organized and sponsored by his father's company. Again, we need not the we don't need to write the before the word sponsored. Sponsored is actually verb, and we don't use the before the verbs, so this the is incorrect. So the correct answer will be sponsored by his father's company. Therefore the error is in part 3, where we have to remove this the. So remove the, that is it. There is no use of the before the verb. No, an article can be used only before the noun. Now let us move to the next question, that is question number 9. Ragi may not taste good, but it has very high nutrition value. Again, value is actually noun, nutritive is adjective, high nutritive, and this is adverb. So here, very high. So we need an indefinite article before it. So it should be a very high nutritive value. So this will be the correct sentence. So the error is in part 3. It should be a very high. Now let us move to the question number 10. The actor donated a huge sum of the money to the orphanage on Children's Day. Now money is actually uncountable now. This is uncountable now. We cannot count money. We can count rupees, we can count coins, but we cannot count money. And whenever we have an uncountable noun, we don't use any article before it unless we make them particular. So here, the money, this word is incorrect. Before this, we cannot use the word the, because this is used as a noun. So here the word is incorrect. So our answer is 3. Replace the money with money. It means we have to remove the before money. Remove the before money. So we just have to remove the. So before money. So this will be the correct answer. Now let us move to the next one. That is question number 11. If a hotel is very expensive, it does not mean that its services is best. Now, whenever we have the superlative degree of adjective, whenever we have superlative degree of adjective in a sentence, superlative degree of adjective in a sentence. In this case, we need the before the superlative degree of adjective necessarily. It means this is mandatory to use the before any superlative degree of adjective. Therefore, here services, and also these services are plural, so is incorrect. It should be are the best. Are the best. Also, we can use a service is nice. So here the answer is services are the best. So if a hotel is very expensive, it does not mean that its services are the best. So this will be the correct sentence. or we can also use that services are good or services fine. So we can use like this as well. Now let us move to the question number 12. Removing seeds from cotton plants was the slowest job until Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin. Again, here we can see slowest, which is actually the superlative degree of adjective. And before any superlative degree of adjective, we use the, not a. Therefore, this a is incorrect over here. We should write the. Also, if we don't want to write superlative degree of adjective, what we can do, removing seeds from cotton plants was a slow job until Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin. So here we can write either a slow job until or the slowest job until. So both of these phrases are correct. So this is actually the thing. Superlative degree of adjective is used only when we compare one to all. And if we just want to say that yes, this job was very slow, it means if we are saying a slow job, that means only the job was slow. It does not mean that it was the slowest one. Maybe possible there might be some job else that was even slower than this. So that can happen. So both the phrases over here are correct. Now let us move to the question number 30. Now, this is question number 30. Most villages were cut off from the rest of the country owing to heavy floods. Again, we are talking about many villages, so it can be most of the villages because we are talking about a number of villages. We are not talking about many villages, we are talking about most of the villages. It means, suppose there are 20 villages, and if we are saying most of the, it means the extreme number of the. So, most of the means a large amount of those. So here answer is most of the villages will be the correct answer. Now let us move to the next one. Now this is question number 14. Strictly speaking, spiders are not insects, although most people think they are. It means it is the belief of many people or mostly people. It means suppose there are 100 people, so among those 100, maybe it is the opinion of 99. So most of the people phrase is correct over here. So our answer will be most of the people. Most people means many people, but most of means a large amount of people. So here our answer is 3 because it should be most of the people, not most people. Now let us move to the next question. That is question number 15. It took me almost a hour to fill the application form. Now, whenever we have the word hour, it is not actually har. Its pronunciation is r. So it is r. H is silent over here. This is silent. So the correct pronunciation of this word is R. And if it is R, it is actually sounding like a vowel sound. So vowel sound R is coming from that. So therefore, this should be preceded with an indefinite article N, not A, because here this H word is silent, whereas the correct pronunciation of this word is R, where a voice comes from us, that is the vowel sound or the swar sound. Therefore, the error is in part 2 and the answer is almost an R. So this will be the correct answer. Now let us move to the question number 16. A nationwide survey has brought out an interesting finding regarding mortality rate in India. So we are talking about a particular rate, that is infant mortality rate in India. So it should be the infant mortality rate. So here the need to be written over here just because we are talking about a particular mortality rate in India. So it needed to be written over here. Now let us move to the next one. Now this is question number 17. The recent study has indicated that there is perceptible change in the attitudes of the people. It means the recent study, so this part is correct, has indicated what? That there is perceptible change. Again, change is now, before which we have used perceptible. So there is a little change. So here before perceptible, we need an indefinite article, that is a. So that will be a because perceptible consonant sound is there. So we need to write a before it. So the answer is a perceptible change. Now let us move to the question number 18. The disclosure of the synopsis of Thakkar Commission report on the assassination of Mrs. Indira Gandhi has raised several vital questions. So here the disclosure of the synopsis of Thakkar Commission. Now this is commission report, and if it is this is commission report, we need to write the before it. So it should be the Thakkar Commission report. This will be the correct sentence. Now let us move to the question number 19. On my request, Lalit introduced me to his friend who is singer and a scientist. Now, if the singer is one only, so we should write A before this and not this. If there are two friends, so we can write a singer and a scientist. So the correct phrase will be who is a singer and scientist. So the error is in part A. Sorry, the error is in part 4. So our answer is 4, that is a singer. Now let us move to the question number 20. His main aim is to create an interest in hockey among school children. So because there are school children, we are using the word among. With interest, we are using in. It means the entire sentence is absolutely correct. So our answer is no error. That is, the sentence is absolutely correct. Now let us move to the question number 21. Although the brilliant writer Anne Lang pessimism prevails in all her novels. Although the brilliant writer Lang, now Lang, before Lang we cannot use N. It should be although the brilliant writer, a lying pessimism. It means a pessimism who is lying, prevails in all her novels. So here a lying is correct. It should be replaced with a lying. This N should be replaced with a lying. So our answer is 2. Now let us move to the next question. That is question number 22. I went to the temple with my parents, my aunts, and my cousin. Now let us discuss that what is the error in the sentence. This is very, very simple. As I told you earlier as well, that whenever there is a place, the purpose to visit that place can be either same or different for which it has been built. Either same or different. And if the purpose to visit that particular place is the same, we do not use any article. But if it is different, we can use an article that is either a and or the. It can be any. Now I'm talking about a temple, and I went there with my cousin, my aunt, and my family. So I went to the temple with my parents, my aunts, and my cousin. Of course, if I went to temple with my parents, my aunts, my cousin, obviously I would have been visited, I would have visited that place just to worship. So here it is written the temple, which is incorrect. It should be replaced with I went to temple, because if I'm going to temple with my family, of course I'm going there to visit and to worship. Therefore, this the is incorrect in this part. So our answer is 1. Now let us move to the next one. This is question number 23. According to government estimates, at least 4 million tons of sugar will have to be imported this year because of a poor monsoon. So, according to government estimates, it means we are talking about particular government estimates. So, here we need to add the, so it should be the government estimates. Now, let us move to the next one. That is question number 24. Households across the state are either opting for a more modest lifestyle or compromising on the nutritional value of their food in efforts to negate the price rise of essential commodities, cereals, vegetables, and fruits. This is again very simple. Households across the state are either opting for a more modest lifestyle or compromising on the nutritional value of their food in an effort. Now, here we are not presenting efforts. In fact, we are talking about an effort. So here, in an effort to negate will be the correct phrase. So third part contains the error. Now let us move to the last sentence or last question of today's session. The right to adequate food and clean drinking water should be regarded as a basic right of all citizens of India. Well, it is all citizens of India. So here the answer is all the citizens of India. When we write all, it should be all the citizens of India. It should not be citizen. So all the citizens of India, because here it is written of whom, of all the citizens of India. So here the answer is 4, because this part contains the error. So I hope these questions are very clear to you. Now you understood all these questions. These are very, very simple and good questions of the chapter articles. I hope these will be beneficial for you in